Welcome to News Plus. This is your senior anchorman, Yavuz Selim Sılay. I'm really thrilled and excited for all the messages you're sending, because for us, only the truth matters. Today, we're going to talk about the Ghana election, which is going to happen on December the 7th. We are very excited because of the presidential election. As you know, Ghana is one of the most important states, and the legislative elections take place at the same time as the first round.
Hailed as West Africa's golden child, it's one of the continent's great success stories. But the ride has not always been smooth. A major energy crisis between 2012 and 2015 had a devastating impact on Ghana's economy. Power outages became so unbearable, it forced the government to seek outside help. In stepped the Turkish-built billion-dollar car power ship, a 450-megawatt floating power plant, which is generating a quarter of Ghana's electricity requirements. There's also Aksar Energy, which built a 370-megawatt thermal power plant, supplying another 10% of Ghana's energy needs. Ntr Chapter, the regional director of Aksar Energy, says the joint project came just in time and helped bring an end to the electricity shortage. But it's not just the energy sector that needs attention. Ghana is moving to upgrade its underdeveloped transportation network. Enter the new Terminal 3 at the Kotoka International Airport. Price tag nearly $250 million. Turkish construction company MAPA won the contract to design and rebuild the terminal. Now completed, it has the capacity to handle 5 million passengers annually, more than double the capacity of the old airport. Okan Doğan, the project manager of MAPA, says the new airport terminal will not only have a lasting impact on the country's transport network, it is helping train a new generation of highly skilled workers, especially in construction. With the increased passenger capacity, officials in Ghana are hopeful that their country can become a new regional air hub.
We think the vision to become the hub in the West African sub-region is fairly well on course. We expect that we would attract more airlines into our country.
And Turkey's investments are helping Ghana reach that goal. Ghana is one of Turkey's largest and fastest growing trade partners in Africa. Over the last 5 years, Turkey's investments have increased to more than $500 million from $190 million. And with close to 200 Turkish businesses operating in the country, trade ties are expected to strengthen further. But Turkey's outreach isn't just about building infrastructure.
Turkey has this enterprising and humanitarian foreign policy, so we are having a number of programs trying to assist African countries. It's not only that we are after trade, we are also here to help people with their needs and meet their expectations, and this is a win-win situation for both sides, Turkey and Africa.
And then there is the project that's leaving a cultural footprint on a vast scale. Even from a distance, you can't miss Accra's new mosque. The Ghana National Mosque in the center of Ghana's capital has a design that is distinctly Turkish. Once complete, it will accommodate up to 10,000 worshippers in an area of 4,000 square meters. It's part of a complex being created by the Human Development Association International, or HUDAI, which will also house a cultural center, a hospital, and a school. Salman Özpınar is the general coordinator of HUDAI. He says it's not just a mosque for Muslims, but a complex that will have facilities that provide services to everyone.
This is the largest mosque in West Africa. We brought Turkish engineers and architects to design the mosque, and most of the materials are from Turkey. It is a place of worship for Muslims, but we will have facilities that will be catered for all Ghanaians.
Turkish interests in Ghana are just a representation of Ankara's growing relationship with Africa over the past decade. Turkey now has 40 embassies in Africa compared to only 12 in 2008. And it's not only about business. It's about sustainable development and a shared future. Omar Kablan, Straight Talk.
So we will see if the outgoing president Nana Akufo-Addo is going to be successful or not. These are very important times, and I'm really thrilled and excited that we have a wonderful colleague from Ghana, Jeffrey Gahmensa from Lorlonia FM. Jeffrey, welcome to News Plus at Ntr TV, which is broadcasting to more than 900 million viewers across 40 countries. Welcome, Jeffrey.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for valuable time. Can you tell a little bit about yourself as well as Lorlonia FM, and then we'll get right into the current situation of the elections in Ghana.
Thank you, Lorlonia FM. We are in the Volta region of Ghana. You know, we have 16 regions, and we're in the Volta region of Ghana, and we're specifically in the Koko municipality. And we broadcast on 93.3 megahertz.
Excellent. And Jeffrey, you are an international correspondent joining us now from Ghana. And can you tell what is the current environment is like in terms of there is a close competition? What is your prediction? Do you think who will be the next president? Will it be from the NPP or from the NDC? Do you think it will be Nana Akufo-Addo or John Mahama? And how do you think will be the election atmosphere continue?
Well, for that, it will be very difficult telling who will win the upcoming elections. You know, if you take a look at situations now, the main issues on which these candidates are campaigning has to do with corruption. You know, they're accusing each other that, hey, when you were in power, you are corrupt. Others are also saying that you are corrupt. And so the main point here is corruption. Apart from that, we have the issue of education. Now, for education, there is this policy we call the free senior high school policy, and the candidates are also, you know, campaigning on that policy. Now, there is this issue that those on the part of the NPP, they are saying that they believe that when the NDC, which is led by John Mahama, when he comes to power, he will cancel the free SHS policy. But the NDC says no, they will not cancel the free SHS policy, but rather there is this thing we call the double track system. You know, we don't have much infrastructure in schools, and so our pupils have to run a shift system. So what the NDC say they will do is that when they come to power, they will rather, you know, build infrastructure, school blocks, and, you know, abolish the double track system, and then not the free SHS system. And if you take a look at the atmosphere here, you know, even though it's a bit tense, Ghana, we only talk, but when it comes to, you know, disturbances and all that stuff, we are not much into that. We only talk, and the tension, you know, is really high. You go to most, you know, you go to most stations, and it's all politics from morning, you know, to evening. You listen to these parties campaigning. You know, they've got their communications officers throughout the country. They are campaigning. They are telling us what they will do, you know, when they come to power. So the elections, you know, it's going to be very tough. But as to predicting who will win the elections, that I can't really tell.
Well, on behalf of Ntr TV, Geoffrey, all we're hoping is a free and transparent election and the best, you know, outcome for the nation of Ghana, the great nation of Ghana. And we really love Ghana as Ntr TV. And whoever wins, for us, the most important thing is for us is to make sure the will of people of Ghana will be in power, because this is a very strong nation. And I'm very interested because you are, Ghana is really an example for the entire Africa in terms of the transparency and the commitment to democracy. Over the last 7 elections, it was always been transparent. And we really want to make sure this time, despite COVID-19, the elections will be fair, transparent, regardless of who will win. At the end, I want to understand if any, you know, you said bribery as well as education, and also, you know, how about women empowerment as well as climate change? Do you think those are also some issues continuing between who will be elected?
Now, here's the point. If you talk about bribery, not quite long, I think on Monday, the presidential candidate of the NDC, that is John Mahama, he was on a campaign tour in a part of the country, and he accused the incumbent Nana Addo that he is bribing his way to power. Now, he was specific. He mentioned that he is bribing the police to ensure he gets re-elected. You know, in Ghana, we have what we call the special voting.
Yes.
The special voting is for the security services, the media, and the workers of the Electoral Commission. They'll be busy on December 7th, so they had a chance, to vote on December 1. And the special voting is happening today. So President Mahama is accusing Nana Addo that he is bribing, police personnel to ensure that he gets voted. So the IGP, had to respond. Now, the IGP mentioned that what is being done is the police personnel are being motivated, working on election day, keeping guard and ensuring that there is peace. At least there needs to be some sort of motivation. So it's only motivation, but not what the former president is saying, that police personnel, are being bribed to vote for President Nana Akufo-Addo and retain, him in power. Now, if you take a look at women empowerment, we've got quite a number of, women in the Nana Addo government. We can talk about the communications minister. She is a woman, and we can, mention others. If you look at if you take a look at the side of, the NDC too, they also believe in women empowerment. So I'm very certain that people are going to, especially the feminists, they are going to be looking at women empowerment before, casting their vote. And as you asked, bribery and corruption is going to be, very instrumental, because lots of allegations have been leveled against this government when it comes to corruption. There's a view that this government, is only interested in the resources of Ghana. And these allegations they've denied for, a number of times. So the issue of corruption is going to be paramount going into the polls on December 7th.
Yeah, we really take very seriously Mr. John Dramani Mahama's claim on the bribery, Geoffrey. But I also want to be fair and balanced, and based on what Mr. James Opong Boana, the Inspector General of Police, IGP, in an interview at the Ghana News Agency, he said that, actually these are unfounded and these are calculated to denigrate the institution of the police service. And he actually explained that the monies were given to the officers were their election duty allowances. So basically, I don't know which part of the story is right or wrong, of course, and if the amounts are big or small, but they are claiming at the police level that these were actually only election duty allowances, not bribes. So are there any other examples of corruption or bribery which is concerning, and or any other issues? Because of COVID-19, I think there is not too many international observers at this election. That's also one of the criticism. And we hope a fair and transparent election for the people of Ghana. And I'm really glad that the women empowerment is important and it is paid on both sides. What are the other issues in terms of election? Because I know in previous elections, the personality of the candidates were much more important. Now, people are more focusing on the actual issues which will improve Ghana. For example, the value of the Ghana currency, or giving employment to the current nation and building infrastructure. So, or climate change. And of course, as you said, transparency and making sure there is no bribery. Do you think what will be the top issues other than bribery, and do you think what will be the other top issues which will tilt the election results and be in favor or against Nana Addo?
So we would want to talk about the issue of roads. You go to some parts of the country and the road is very, very bad. For example, where I come from, in the Hokwe municipality, we can, talk about the Eastern Corridor Road. It's been in the pipeline for some time now, for a long time, and that road, I say, doesn't get constructed. Before the John Dramani Mahama administration left power, some work was being done on the road, but when another resumed power, the roads had to be stopped because he mentioned that there need to be some auditing done before the road will continue, because there is this thing of suspicion of, let's say, inflation of contract. So as I speak now, that road has been on the drawing board for about 8 years now and has still not, been completed. Apart from the Eastern Corridor Road, you go to other parts of the country and then the roads are very bad. You go to the hinterland where we have most of our food, coming in. People would have to transport yam, tomatoes, cassava, and all that, and it is very, very difficult. Now, in a situation like this, it makes the prices of foodstuffs very, very expensive. So the issue of roads, will be looked at critically when voters, go to the poll. Apart from that, we'll take a look at the standard of living. How comfortable are Ghanaians? Interestingly, you take a look at people on the side of the NDC, they are crying that, well, the standard of living in Ghana is very, very poor. They claim, people are suffering. They are claiming that the government has made living very difficult for them, whilst those on the part of the NPP are saying that, look, Ghana, we are very comfortable. We are not suffering. There's food we eat every day. And so they see no reason why their opponents on the other side, complain that, the living standards in the country is very poor. Then he also talked about the issue of currency. Of course, we know that the Ghana cedi, when you pitch it against the dollar, the Ghana cedi is far, is far lower. And the candidates are also campaigning, especially the NDC. They are campaigning. They are saying that when they were in power, the Ghana cedi was of a very good equivalent to the dollar, if you compare it to what we have at the current moment. So we're looking at these these issues: roads, living standards, and the exchange rate, the Ghana cedi to the dollar. And we'll also take a look at the issue of security. Now, and there is always the NDCs. They always, claim and argue that Ghanaians were safer under John Dramani Mahama if you compare it to the current government, which is Nana Akufo-Addo. And they also, take a look at the fact that media freedom. Not quite long, there were a number of media personnel being attacked, and we can talk of our brother Amek Swale of blessed memory. He was with the Tiger IPI, and after an expose, it is believed that he was killed as a result of the expose. And so the issue of security, roads, living standards, currency, and media freedom, these issues will direct the outcome of the December 7 elections.
I see. So these are really very important analysis. I'm also very curious about what happened. Back in September 2017, Akufo-Addo launched a program, the SHS, which will make secondary education free for all Ghanaians. What is the outcome of this work? Is education free now, secondary education free now in Ghana or not?
Now, interestingly, the president refers to them as, we have some graduating not quite long, so he refers to them as the Akufo-Addo graduates. Well, I would say, education is free. You go to the schools and you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to pay school fees. You only have to pack your uniform, your trunk, your chopbox, and then you go to school and then you will learn. But there's this concern by some parents and especially the opposition. Now, they are of the view that even though education is free, it is more expensive in that the students are not having enough contact hours. Earlier, I mentioned that we have this system called the double track system because we don't have enough, school buildings. We have to classify the senior high school students into two categories. We have we have the green, we have the gold track, and then a red track. So we have, whilst some are in school, others have to be in the house. So they feel that the students are not having enough contact hours, and that will not augur well for our education. So free SHS, it is free, but the argument is that we don't have enough school blocks. As a result, the double track system has been introduced, and in doing that, there's this argument that the students will not have enough contact hours, and that will affect that will have a very negative effect on teaching and learning. And so the NDC says that when they come, what they will do is that they will abolish the double track system and then build more school blocks to ensure everyone goes to school at the same time, and then there will not be the double track system. So the free SHS is free, but these are the issues surrounding the free SHS policy.
As well as the quality, of course, right, Geoffrey? The quality of the education is also very important. Sometimes you get something free, but is the quality going up as well? And like you said, the contact hours and the content of the education. So the Ghanaians are very smart, and they can really provide so much globally as well as in Africa. So the higher they are educated, the better for the entire world. So the quality of the education is also one of the things I think important. Do you agree?
Yeah, if you take a listen to Nanado and the NPP, they have the view that, look, we can't build, we can have accommodation for everyone. If you want to build school blocks, before every Ghanaian gets educated, it wouldn't help us. So what do? Let's introduce the double track system.
Yes.
And I'm not sure what the technocrats are saying, but you take a look at this from the side of politics. The opposition are always crying that because of the free SHS and the double track system, it is impacting on the quality of education. So the opposition are always saying that, look, the quality of education has been reduced as a result of the double track system. But the government maintains that no, that is not the case. And if the opposition says that there is an effect on the quality of education, they have no basis, to make that argument.
I see. So since Akufo-Addo is in power, I'm curious about the situation of the exchange rate of the city and the level of unemployment. What is the general expectation? Did he able to fulfill the promises he made for the exchange rate of the city as well as the unemployment levels in Ghana?
Well, if you take a look at the unemployment level, of course, the governments and the politicians always, argue in their favor. And so there is always this argument that, well, we've fulfilled a larger percentage of the promises, we have made. For example, before he came to power, he promised that there will be the free senior high school policy, which he brought. We have what we call the planting for food and jobs. Farmers plant, and then, the food items are exported. There is enough for us to eat in the country. Then we can also talk about another promise which he made, which is the NAPCO. Is a policy which has given opportunity to our brothers and sisters from tertiary institutions. They're given a temporary job, and after some time, some are employed, and the policy also gives them the opportunity to have a shot at an experiences, so that when they go out to the job market, it will be very easy for them. So the government have fulfilled quite a number of policies. We can talk about the one district, one factory policy. You go to some districts, and there are some factories which has been established there, but I would say that it is not every district that have a factory to the best of my knowledge. So I would say that a number of the promises have been fulfilled, but others are yet to be fulfilled.
Thank you very much, Geoffrey. I want to thank you for really covering very nicely the entire program as well as the entire situation in Ghana. May I get your final words before closing this program? if you can give us a brief update on, in general, for our 900 million viewers. Again, what are the top issues? And I know it's very hard to decide which one is winning or losing, but at the end, do you think, from your perspective as Geoffrey, your personal opinion, who will win? But I want you to go over one by one again the major issues like education and all the issues, and each issue, which party has higher chance, and giving what type of promises to the people of Ghana.
Well, so again, let's talk about the issue of roads and infrastructure. The NDC always touts themselves as the masters of infrastructure. They argue that when they were in power, they constructed lots of road and constructed lots of school blocks. And on the part of the NPP, they say that they always introduce social intervention programs, and of course, you know about the free SHS program. We talked about the NAPCO and other policies, and so that will be for the issue of roads. And when we talk about security, against the politicians are playing the blame game. One says that when I was in power, Ghanaians, were more secured than when you were in power. Security will be a very top issue when we go to the polls. And talk of education. Now, in terms of free SHS, we need to put on record that there is this argument as to who introduced the free SHS policy. The NDC says, well, when they were in power, they introduced the free SHS policy, but it was progressively free senior high school education. But the NPP said, well, we are introducing the free SHS education. You go to school, you don't pay. So the issue of education, especially the free SHS, will affect greatly the outcome of the upcoming elections. And again, we can talk about the living standards of Ghanaians. Ghanaians are going to be looking at how comfortable they are. Are you able to afford 30 square meals a day? Do you have a job to feed your family? If you're a business person, or if you're a businessman or a businesswoman, how is the exchange rate affecting how is it impacting on your business? Are you making profit? Are you making any losses? All these issues are going to be paramount when we go to the polls on December 7. And for me, asking whether or not I can predict the outcome of the general elections, well, I have my personal opinions, but for me, I say it's going to be very tough, and may the best candidate win.
I'm really impressed with your analysis. It was very helpful for me. That's greatly appreciated. And I wish the best for the people of Ghana. I think this Ghana elections on December 7 will be paramount, and I hope it will be a very important outcome for the Ghanaians. And we wish the best from Turkey on behalf of Ntr TV, broadcasting to more than 900 million viewers. And we look forward to doing more coverages with you, Geoffrey, with Lord Lonely FM. And I really hope, regardless of Nana Akufo-Addo or John Mahama, whoever is the president, it will be the best. The winner will be the democracy in Ghana, and we wish the best. I want to thank you again. If you have any final words, you're most welcome to say, and then we will close this part of the show, and we'll go for a quick advertisement break.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll urge my fellow Ghanaians. It's all about peace, no matter who wins the elections. It's all about us. And so if you feel that the outcome did not go your way, you feel that there's something untoward happens, we're practicing a democracy, and there's a Supreme Court. And so what you do is you go to the court, and then you file whatever you want to file, and then the court looks into your case. But if you feel that you would want to resort to guns, it wouldn't help us. After all the guns will be coming back to the table. So why don't you go to the court and then petition the court, and then whatever case you have, it is looked into. We have only one Ghana, and all our Maxims boys, let's give peace a chance. Let's protect whatever peace we have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Geoffrey Gahmansa from Loronya FM. Phenomenal analysis. We really excited and thrilled to host you, and we look forward to hosting you again and again. We wish the best for our fellow Ghanaians, and we wish the best for Africa. And as Ntr Tv broadcasting to more than 900 million viewers, we wish the best on December the 7th. We hope peace, tranquility, transparency, and democracy will be the winner in Ghana, no matter what. Thank you so much, Geoffrey. Ladies and gentlemen, we're closing the show, the first part. I want to thank you. We were with Geoffrey Gahmensa, a very important international reporter from Lorlonia FM, and he really gave us a very good analysis that the major issues for Ghanaians are from employment to corruption to building the right roads to education, as well as really empowering the woman, as well as climate change, and also keeping the level, the value of SEDI at the right level so the Ghanaians can continue successful trade. And especially he talked about the double-track education system. Of course, the private schools have their own demands versus the public schools, and of course the quality of education will be very important for Ghana. Therefore, regardless of the outcome, we wish the best for Nana Akufo-Addo as well as John Mahama, and we wish the best for Ghanaians. This is Yavuz Selim Sılay. I'm the senior anchorman at Ntr TV, broadcasting to more than 900 million viewers across 40 countries in Africa. Take care and all the best. Stay tuned to Ntr TV, and always send us messages through our WhatsApp line as well as our social media, which is seen on the left-hand corner of the television. Take care and all the best. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, News Plus is very excited to cover the elections in Ghana. Ghanaians are a very important nation, and the people of Ghana are a true democratic example for the entire Africa. That's why at News Plus, we're covering the Ghana elections, the detail, as well as on December 7th, on the ground, we will provide you amazing updates of what is going on and the real-time updates of the elections in Ghana. In general, the 2020 Ghanaian presidential elections will be happening on December the 7th, 2020. So this is very important because the legislative elections take place at the same time as the first round. And the outgoing president, Nana Akufo-Addo, is running for a second and a final term. At the end, Ghana has strong institutions. And when you look at it, it's so important to have a free, transparent, election which will come up with the best result for the people of Ghana. The presidential election back in December 2016 given rise to a political alternation with the victory of the candidate of New Patriotic Party, Nana Akufo-Addo, at that time over incumbent President John Mahama. So the member of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, who was competing for a second term. So the NPP, ladies and gentlemen, returned to power after 8 years of opposition. And John Mahama quickly recognizes his defeat, once again allowing the country to experience a peaceful alteration of the power. Remember, over the last 7 elections, Ghana democracy has actually provided a very good example for the entire Africa with peaceful transition. Back in February 2019, the NDC again chosen Mahama as its presidential candidate. So the announcement of his candidacy was followed in December of the same year by that of the outgoing president Akufo-Addo, who declared his intention to compete for a second term at the head of the NPP. And the ballot, the campaign, of which is largely dominated by economic issues, is therefore seen as almost a strong competition. Revenge is a hard word, but there is always a huge excitement between the same two main candidates, ladies and gentlemen. So let's look at the electoral system in Ghana. The president of Ghana is elected first passed the post in 2 rounds for a 4-year term, ladies and gentlemen, and it's only renewable once. The candidate, having obtained the absolute majority of the votes cast in the first round, if is elected. So, ladies and gentlemen, the failing that a second round is organized between the 2 candidates who came first in the first, and the one collecting the most votes is declared as elected. Each candidate for the presidency presents himself with a candidate for the vice presidency. All Ghanaian citizens who are at least 18 years old can participate in the ballot. As for the candidates, they must in particular be Ghanaian by birth and be at least 40 years old. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we let's look at our presidential candidates to get to know them a little bit better. Nana Akufo-Addo was born actually on March the 29th, 1944 in Kiebi. Nana Akufo-Addo is a Ghanaian lawyer and statesman, member of the New Patriotic Party. He has been president of the Republic since January 7, 2017. He is elected president of ECOWAS in 2020. William Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was born in Accra to an important family of royalty and Ghanaian politics. He is the son of Edward Akufo-Addo and Adeline Yeboako Ofori-Atta. His father, born in Akropong, Akwa-Ibom, was Chief Justice of Ghana between 1966 and 1970. Chairman of the Constitutional Commission 1967 to 1968 and President of the Republic 1970 to 1972. The maternal grandfather of Nana Akufo-Addo was Sir Ofori-Atta, the King of Akyem Abu Akwa, who was a member of the Executive Council of the Governor of the Coast to the Gold before the independence of Ghana. He is the nephew of Kofi Asante Ofori-Atta and William Ofori-Atta. His great-uncle, J.B. Dankwa, is a member of the Big Six. Ladies and gentlemen, he began his primary studies at the Government Boys' School in Adabraka and then Rowell Road School, now called Kimball, in the Accra Central District. He then went to England to study Lancing College in Sussex to obtain his O-level and his A-level. He was then nicknamed Billy. Then he began a course in philosophy, politics, and economics at this new college in Oxford in 1962, but dropped it shortly after. He finally returned to Ghana in 1962 to teach at the Accra Academy before studying economics at the University of Ghana at Legon and become a lawyer under the mentorship of the program. So in the University of Ghana at Legon in 1964, he graduated with a BCS, a bachelor's in economics in 1967. He then joined the Inner Temple to become a lawyer under the mentorship program at the Inns of Court, where no formal law degree was available and required. He was admitted to the Bar of England, the Middle Temple, in July 1971, then to the Ghana Bar in July 1975. Akufo-Addo worked with the Paris branch of the American law firm Cotter Brothers, and in 1979 he co-founded the law firm Prampe and Company. So Akufo-Addo's participation in politics began in the late 1970s when he joined the People's Movement for Freedom and Justice, an organization created to oppose the model of a unity government of the Supreme Military Council of General Akeampong between 1972 and 1978. In May 1995, he is part of a large elite group, the Alliance for Change, an alliance that was organized protests against the neoliberal policies such as the introduction of value-added tax and human rights violations. Humans of the Rawlings presidency. The organization later collapsed due to the struggles among members for leadership positions. In the 1990s, he formed a civil rights organization called Ghana's Committee on Human and People's Rights. In October 1998, Akufo-Addo stood for the NPP presidential candidate but lost to John Kufuor. So Akufo-Addo then becomes the campaign leader of Kufuor, who wins the presidential election in December 2000, and then assumed the presidency of Ghana from January 2001, ladies and gentlemen. Akufo-Addo would become the first Attorney General and Minister of Justice of Kufuor era. He would change jobs later to work at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the New Partnership for Africa's Development, NEPAD. In the presidential primary of 2007, it is very popular candidate of the NPP, losing some elections. In 2008, he represented the NPP in the hotly contested elections, which he lost to John Atta Mills of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC. In the first round, Akufo-Addo amassed a 49.13% of the votes, slightly ahead of Atta Mills, below the 50% required for gentlemen. He is once again racing again back on, in 2012 for the presidency in national elections against John Mahama of the NDC, who succeeds then deceased John Atta Mills. Mahama is declared the winner of election, a result which has been legally contested by Akufo-Addo. The case sparked much controversy, ladies and gentlemen, but the Supreme Court decided 5-4 that Mahama was the legitimate winner. Akufo-Addo still accepts the verdict to ensure the maintenance of economic and international stability at that time. So in March 2014, Akufo-Addo announces his candidacy for the presidency of the country for the third time. In view of elections of 2016, he won the NPP primaries in October 2014 with 94.35% of the votes. In the same year, he served as chairman of the Commonwealth Election Observation Organization for the South African elections. With his electoral campaign, he emphasizes the economy by promising the stabilization of the exchange rate of the cedi and the reduction of the level of unemployment. So the December 9, 2016, President Mahama concedes defeat and Akufo-Addo is elected with 53.83% of the vote against Mahama, who won 44.41%. So when we look at Akufo-Addo as the President of the Republic, he took charge on January 7, 2017. His inauguration took place at the Black Star Square in Accra. 12 African and European presidents attended the ceremony, including Edgar Lungu, Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Ernest Bai Koroma, Robert Mugabe, and Muhammadu Buhari. Akufo-Addo was criticized at that time internationally, especially on social media, for plagiarizing parts of his inaugural address by repeating verbatim speeches by the United States presidents John F. Kennedy, Bill Clinton, and George W. Bush, as well as remarks delivered by the President of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, at an event of the United States Institute of Peace in 2015. His press office issued an apology with its communications director describing the situation as a simple mistake that was certainly not deliberate. Following the scandal, it was discovered that Akufo-Addo also plagiarized parts of his defeat speech in 2013 after the Supreme Court of Ghanaian victory to President John Mahama by copying in full part of the Vice President Al Gore's speech in 2000 during his speech of defeat after the decision of the Supreme U.S. Court. In September 2017, Akufo-Addo launched a program, the SHS, which makes secondary education free for all Ghanaians, which is a very important program. So the president declared that this is a necessary investment in the future of the country's workers. And that is a program that will help parents who are unable to pay for their children's education due to financial hardship, which has been welcomed by the Ghanaians. The program was very well received by the public. Parents and students were excited and enthusiastic. However, private schools opposed to the program, warning that he could reduce the number of students enrolled in the private sector. So this is a challenge between if more people of Ghana will take education versus how the private versus public school portion in the entire education will be covered by. In 2017, Akufo-Addo appointed Elizabeth Agyemangor as one of the 10 deputy regional ministers of his government. In September 2020, Akufo-Addo becomes the president of ECOWAS. And let's look at John Dramani Mahama. John Dramani Mahama was born on November 29, 1958 in Damongo, is a Ghanaian statesman member of the National Democratic Congress in NDC. He was the President of the Republic of Ghana from July 2012 to January 7, 2017. And ladies and gentlemen, this will be a tough call. This will be a very close election because there are many issues, from education to the women empowerment, from the city level to making sure that enough people are getting employed in Ghana. And it's not just about the education, but also the quality of education in the two-track education system. And as you all know, the President of Ghana is elected using the two-round system. That's why December 7 will be very important, as Ntr Tv will be on the ground doing a detailed coverage from different parts of Ghana and providing you the best and fair outcome of the Ghana elections. Stay tuned to Ntr TV with Dr. Selim Sılay at News Plus, and looking forward to meeting you soon on December the 7th with the most exciting elections, one of the most exciting elections in Ghana, in Africa history, because this is really a head-to-head election. Ladies and gentlemen, you can always call me, send messages, as well as the current situation and videos to my WhatsApp number. We'll be happy to share them here also at our television channel. See you on December the 7th with this very exciting program, the coverage of national elections in Ghana. Stay tuned to Ntr TV with Dr. Selim Sılay. Take care and all the best. Bye.